Now, Friday, as you know, is now music time here on Coffee Time, and everything else gives way to entertainment. Today's featured artist is Bobo Dimo, who may just be the next big thing in Gambian popular music. And before we get to hear about Bobo Dimo's experiences and what we can expect from him in future, let's first hear how he sounds like in music. Coffee Time with Peter Gomez, and that's the music of Bobo Dimo. He's our guest this morning.
Excellent jam, Suede.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jel mo to nga andil mahalis. Hello?
Busol mo fine.
What?
Busol mo fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave acts in Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills, and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Busol mo fine. Wave, your money is yours.
Let's put him on. Good morning and welcome to Coffee Time, Bobo.
Good morning, and thank you, sir.
Very good. What's the title of the song?
It's called Salimotu.
And I'm assuming it's a love song.
Exactly.
Yeah, anybody who sings about Salimotu is always singing about love. Thanks for coming on the show. Let's start with the person.
Thank you, sir.
Introduce yourself to us.
Yeah, Bobo Dimo is a Gambian artist doing good music and fuller music at large, and based in the Gambia as well.
You sing exclusively in Fuller?
Not exclusively, but most times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how did you come into the music scene?
Yeah, grew up listening to music, and I later on realized I have the talent. And the most important thing was I came into the music like for a voice or to bring about a change and to represent my people as well.
Mm-hmm. When you say change, what kind of change were you looking to bring into the music scene? Yes.
As in like the message, the lyrics, the text on how to portray Gambian culture, how to, communicate with the people through music, because it used to be like patois, like hip hop and stuff like that. So we try to bring it into Fulani, speak what they can understand, and then, bring the messages into Fulani language.
Okay.
That was the idea.
The message is what? Work hard, develop your country, or just take the back way and go to greener pastures.
Well, most importantly, believe in ourselves, respect ourselves, be who we are. That was the main reason. Like, let's say a voice was the main reason why I did music.
And what about unity in a country polarized by any number of reasons?
That's
religious
the voice.
Polarization, tribal polarization, ethnic, if you like, and all
exactly.
of that.
And that's where we are right now in the Gambia. Maybe initially that was not my vision, but it was part of it, because the reason why we did it was to be able to speak when we have to speak, as in people who understand fuller like more, so I can step in and talk to them. And even recently, that's what we do. We don't do too much releasing of songs, but when we have to talk, we do a song and they listen. Yeah.
And who were your biggest influences? I mean, growing up, you said you listened to a lot of music.
Yeah.
Who were you tuning into?
I love Yusundura, I love Baba Mal, but most importantly, Usunjai Senior. And actually, he fished me out though. But I used to love his music, and even my mom likes to listen to his music before.
Yeah, it's that age.
Yeah.
You expect you would expect me to like to listen to,
Exactly.
And when you say he fished you out, how did Usu fish you out?
Well, he had me singing. I think it was in a concert. I forgot the concert. And so he was like, you only need to believe in yourself. I was like, yeah, it's like and I had to work on that. And he actually guided me, because my first concert, 2016, I believe, he guided everything, and he showed me how to be myself, how to my first appearance is how to show people who really Bobo Dimo is. And since then, even if I don't drop a song, whatever has been done in the Gambia at a national level, they'll be like, if you need the fullest to listen, you need to talk to Bobo Dimo. He needs to be on this, because more represent guy. And that was the initial stage. More you want how to do that. how to show people who we really are. In the first event we did, you know, bringing the lepis, the lekets, the kosams, you know what I'm saying, the nyamakalas and all these things under one umbrella, and it really gave people that impression since then. Yeah.
And if you've chosen music as you know, your career, why don't you, as you say, drop songs all the time? Because you suggested that you rarely drop songs.
Yeah, because that's what he taught us as well. And that's not only me. The
Who,
likes
Osu?
of, yeah, the likes of me, the likes of Barhama, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we used to frequent at this place. And these are some of the things. So they don't have music pour guy drop nañ rek bayal. Def ko so ko waré def ko so amelo wara wa def ko so liggéey lu ba. So we believe in that, and that is why ñun music be it's not like 100% we're doing it for financial reasons, you know, but we have the passion and we have people that listen to us whenever we speak. So when it's needed to, that's when we do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many songs would you say you've dropped so far? I'm learning your language now.
Yeah,
Try
I've
to
dropped
speak
a
your
lot.
language. Yeah.
Actually, I've dropped a lot of songs. I did an EP album in 2016, and since then I've been dropping. I don't go quite 100% though, but like every 2, 3, 4 months I drop a song, do a video, you know what I'm saying, and then go back to what I'm doing.
So if you weren't a musician, I mean, if you're not doing music, well, because you say you're not a full-time musician, what would you be? What would Bobo Demo be today?
Bobo Demo is a businessman as well. I'm going to pull him
Yeah. Well,
yeah, so
everybody does njenda and jaya.
exactly. So I do business as well, you know, operating shops, you know, rentals and all those things. Yeah.
Very good.
So I would have been a businessman.
And when you started, you know, playing around, you know, as a musician, how did your parents respond?
Yeah, negatively. Because actually I stayed with my mom's. I lost my dad when I was like 4 or 5.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, thank you. So I stayed with my mom, and she didn't actually like it. It was very tough for me. You know, I have 2 sisters, and I'm going to music, you know. So it was hard, but I believed in it and I loved it because I knew what I wanted and I knew what I was going to say in my songs. It's different from what they believed. So, but they didn't have the time. They didn't give the time to listen to them, so they didn't know what I was trying to do until recently.
But your mom was right. The nan and the tuh bit of it, the smoking and the drinking, is part of actually, pop culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's part of it. But I think, like I told you initially, Lumasi Dugal was not because it was because I wanted to portray us. So that's part of the pop culture, but that's not too much part of our culture. Because big names like Usunjai, like I just mentioned, they didn't do most of those things. And they were heavyweights. Absolutely. So we believe we can also step in and not do those things and be heavyweights.
Was that how you tried to put it to your mom?
Exactly.
That mom, you enjoyed the music of
exactly.
Usu.
Yes.
But Usu doesn't do any of the stuff you're fearing.
Represent Gambia everywhere. So at that age, I couldn't tell her I'm going to do that. But I told her I have the same vision. But later on, as we went, she understood. And she's like, you know, I bless you. You can do it. Because now I'm seeing where you're heading to.
So Usu started you off, maybe guided you in those, first few days. But he couldn't have been there, all the way. So those early years of Bobo Dima in the music, scene, what were they like?
It was tough because you don't have people who believe in you. You had to do everything, from writing songs, from recordings, from filming, doing music videos, from trekking, walking long distances to perform at events, you know what I'm saying? But it was also nice because it was an experience, and that's how you know you deserve whatever comes after. That was the hard work we put in. So, and we were young, and we were enthusiastic, so we loved it, and we enjoyed all those things. But it was tough, and the same will go to all these kids that are coming up. It's going to be tough.
Don't worry, we'll have you advise them later on. How did you overcome those initial challenges? Yeah,
it's the belief, because I wouldn't sit here and tell you I planned everything as it happens now. But I think the weapon I have is I never give up. Like still now, I never give up because. I don't believe in how would I put it? I don't believe in people's like how people will credit or how people will consume it or how people will get back to me concerning what I do. I just do it because I believe this. I believe in my guts. I would say
feedback does not matter much to you.
Not much. Because
whether it's negative or positive.
Exactly. Because I don't just do it. So if any feedback comes, I'm like, that's your thought, that's your idea, that's your take on it. It's okay. But this is why I did it. So when negative will come and positive will come, and that is life. I believe in that. Positive reaction, I'm not okay. Negative reaction, I'm not okay. But if I have both, I'm like, yeah, I did a good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as a musician, how many people do you have around you helping you with your career, with your musical career?
A lot. I used to have friends, like when we were just coming up, when it became a profession, when it became huge, we had a team, that we were working with concerning the first album we did. Yeah, and still now you have loved ones, and you have people who also believe in the cause that you're working with. And people also who take it as a profession. Yeah.
Okay. And do you do a lot of stage?
Yeah, not a lot, but once in a while.
Once in a while?
Events, yeah.
And how big is your team on stage? Do you do live music, or is it all playback?
Most of the time it's playback, but if I'm launching a project, I definitely do live music. Because we're Usunja students, so you must do live.
Well, that's what I know.
Yeah,
I mean, these days
live.
when you have a huge stage and you're expecting musicians all over the place, and only somebody comes up and
Yeah, the problem with that is most of the time, most of these huge events, sometimes they put live on the table, but you just have like 2-3 days rehearsals of a band that doesn't even know you or doesn't have your music. Most of the time they fail you or you fail them on stage. So that is why most of the time, as for me, I'm like, if I'm not having 2 weeks or 3 weeks rehearsals with them, I'm not doing live with them. I'd rather just, do semi-live, play my instruments and then voice on it, rather than just playing kanchungkung for the audience. I won't do that. So that's the biggest problem we have.
And do we really have, real musicians, somebody who would pick up a guitar and play it rather than, the guitar tune being generated on a synthesizer and
yeah, we
and
do.
what have you? Because there was a time here, if Keba Taylor didn't play for any musician, they couldn't go live, with a band.
Yeah, and you were right. I think that's done still. But now we have up and comings that are doing good, that are trying. But I will say trying, different from, not at Keba Taylor's level, but they are trying.
What do you think? Young people like yourself, who want to make a career, of their musical experiences, are not taking up learning instruments, learning how to play instruments.
Yeah, it's important to learn how to play instrument, but I would say it's 50-50. As long as you have a good ear, you know, it's okay. You can just tell somebody, this is what I want you to play. But you need to know the chords. You need to know notes. But the most important thing like that will tell you more timing. If an artist has timing, you okay. You can just tell somebody, play this for me. Because sometimes what happens is, if you're playing an instrument, if you're taking time to learn an instrument, you lose sometimes a touch on how you write your lyrics or how you put in your melodies. Because everything takes space in your mind, and everything deserves, concentration. So that is why most of the time artists just focus on good music, good lyrics, melodies, and then you have other people who focus on these other things. Because many artists, even if they play instrument, most of them, the biggest ones I would say, they are not 100% playing it. Most time you don't see them playing it on live. They just sing, somebody else play it for them.
Oh,
yeah, most of the time.
Okay. And do you work with backup singers?
Not actually, but when I'm recording, I have some of them to do that.
Is that a dying art in the Gambian music?
It is, and it's it is something that I think we need to work on, because man Pruman, you cannot be a complete African singer without having backing artists. You need two female, a guy, or something like that.
Maybe
that's the norm.
Maybe Bobo Dimo, could help, bring back the practice.
Yeah, but as long as we don't have that, we're not complete, because that's what makes a complete artist. But now Gambia, we don't have complete artists. We just have artists. Definitely.
Wow. Probably because the culture of concert is not well, grounded in, in our music consumption. I mean, you go to other countries, they're more like seeing the artist live on stage than just maybe listening to their music, MP3 on your headphones. And
yeah, that's the issue we have in Gambia. They don't understand the concept of live concert and music. You understand? Because live concert is more like coming to see the artist perform, the making of the song. So it's a whole different experience. But in Gambia, at some point, it's like you sit in your car, play your music, or in your house. You enjoy the music more than if you come to the live concerts. And it should be, it should be it should be the other way around. So these are Gambia. We have a long way to go when it comes to performances. And some people will tell you the voice artists don't have the voice. Oh, that's not the only thing. You know, it comes with the voice, the performances, the appearance, and all the things. Because when you're listening to a song, not watching the video, your ears are having the pleasure of listening to the music. When you're watching the video, you are at home watching it. But if you are on a live concert, you also enjoy the energy that comes from the artist. So these are different, levels. So I think artists need. That's why I told you we are yet to have complete, artists in the game, because you need all these levels. You need to be on point.
Well, if you don't start reintroducing that complete artist again, the people who will be coming, behind you, will just stop at where you are right now.
Definitely.
When you can see that there's still some way to go.
Yeah, because that's a problem we have in the Gambia. Our Gambian artists would sing if they don't tell you. Like, for example, if you're not from the Gambia, if some Gambian artist sing, you'll be like, "Whoa, this Nigerian artist is good." Trust me. Is
that why we tend to copy others rather than?
That's why they tend to copy, and some of them will tell you "Lila Gai Buga" because that's what the youth listen to. But that's because Gambia we are exposed when it comes to music. We listen to every kind of music, and the advantages of that is we should be able to develop a music that is a mixture of every kind of music. But the disadvantages is we artists here needs to work very hard to overcome those artists, those music that we import, which is tough, and which is why they just take the easy route. We come Kena Cigarette and you blow.
Yeah,
and that's what is happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The African countries whose artists we now copy, who are big all around the world, used to consume American Western music just as we were consuming. But they worked on, bringing up their own brand, and now everybody is talking about what's this music from the southern Eastern Africa?
Yeah, Amapiano.
Amapiano.
And that's actually, it generates from Afrobeats, from house music.
You see?
Those are the Fela Kuti music. But they developed it and rebranded it, and it came not just with the music, it came with a different lyrics, it came with a different dance as well. So it's different from Afrobeats right now, and it's really competing Afrobeats big time. Because even in the Gambia now, we have Amapiano artists, we have Afrobeats artists.
I featured one here, a lady, very, very young one. So if we were to, invent our own brand, well, Afro-Manding did not do well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If we were to invent our own brand, what would it likely be?
Right now, it would be a combination of all these things that we listen to. And to be honest with you, there are certain artists that when they sing, I get that feeling, but people don't push it. Gambians don't push it. But some of these kids, they actually possess those talents. Some of these kids, they can, when they sing, you hear Afrobeat, Amapiano, hip hop, even Ndaga in the same song.
Wow. So
if they can, if they get somebody to guide them, we can actually come up with it. But this doesn't only come with the artist, it comes with the music itself. Not just artists need to be focused on this, producers need to be focused on this, instrumentalists need to be focused on this. Our fingers need to start playing different from what they play. And this is not easy. It needs collective, it needs us to be collective. Not just Bobo or one other artist do it. No, we need to come together to be able to do this. And if, there was a time, the Bayababos and the others, they came with this rap mbala thing, and that was a good move. That was a very good move. So we just needed to be behind that. Everybody needed to do something like that, and it would have stand out.
Have we lost it completely? Have we lost it completely?
It belongs to Senegal now. It's hard to say, but we have 5-6 Senegalese artists who are making waves, doing this. The marimbas, it all started here.
And it started here.
But they
just as the Ndaga started
exactly.
Here. If Angondi took Ndaga to Senegal.
Exactly.
The Senegalese just took it and ran away with it.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
These are things that Gambians, I think, be yet to understand the concept of music. Come to that, we don't know music. We just listen to music. We enjoy music. It's good. the fans, the audience listen and enjoy. But the artist needs to know. You don't have to be a fan and be an artist. You need to be an artist and have fans. But here we have fans who have turned to be artists. You get this artist, he's listening to a certain artist in Nigeria. He's a fan of that artist, and he's an artist in the Gambia here. You listen to what that artist does, and you put it in the booth, and you expect,
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
All right, it's coming up to 1:30. Yeah. Coffee Time with Peter Gomez and Bobo Dimo, featured artist this morning. We started out listening to... appealing for more. Yeah, what's the title of that one?
It's called Kosam.
Kosam is soul, isn't it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, yeah. I think we all know that. So what's the message of that song in particular? Like
I told you, being ourselves. If you listen to the first song, it's Salimatu. That's an African name. Mm-hmm. So, and Kosam is a Fulani or would I say a Fulani juice or something?
Yeah, sour milk.
Yeah, so it's about promoting ourselves, like let the slave queens go back to, Rataso, let them go back to being respectful, let them go back to putting on complete African clothing, let them go back to being us. That's the concept of the song.
Fantastic.
Basically. Yeah.
So how has your music evolved over the years? The young Bobo Dimo that Usunjai worked with, God knows how many years ago, the music he started producing down the years, how has it evolved?
Big time, because right now Bobo Dimo is, I wouldn't say regional, I would say
regional.
I would say official. Sorry, I would say international, because there's a song we did called So Young. That's Tamharit.
Is it among the four you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's Tamharit. New Year's we come the Tamharit. That's Tajabun. The fullest we call it Soroyamba. Okay. So we did a song on it, and it's worldwide. Actually, every time Tamharit comes, everywhere in the world, that's the song people use. Like the coming of TikTok and all these platforms. That's a song that's been played worldwide. Not just in the Gambia, Senegal, Guinea, Bissau, Europe, everywhere, America.
Fantastic, well done.
So it's
congratulations on the success.
Thank you.
Do you get royalty payments for it?
Not actually, but the producers I work with, I bet they do. That's GSC Records, and but it comes with also me being able to use the song freely to perform, and I think.
Don't you have copyright?
I should have. I should have, but that's the Gambian. Those are some of the issues that we face in the Gambia, with some of the producers and some of the labels that we work with, and that is why artists like Bobo the most, laid back for a very long time, trying to figure out how to own my stuff, how to have royalties, how to own the rights.
We'll talk about the problems of the industry later on, but how do you stay creatively inspired and motivated?
Whatever I see inspires me, and whatever they say motivates me. I'm that kind of person, like even if I want to quit music and I hear somebody saying, "Say boy, that's gonna like make me go back to the studios, and prove you wrong, So I'm that kind of person. But whatever I see can inspire me.
So what some people might see as challenges for you, that's motivation.
Exactly.
To keep
that's
going.
What actually makes me
puts others down. Probably only fires you up to to do even more.
Exactly. And most of the time, God always is on my side. When it's too hard, I always find a way out.
Okay, let's go back to the music industry. The difficulties, with promoters and producers, and owning, rights to songs that. You created and all of that. Why is that still a problem?
Coming to owning of the songs, I will say we've been exploited by these labels. I will say so-called labels that come in, try to pretend as they wanna help artists. They wanna help artists grow when they're up for their own interests. Because I can remember I was working with a label called GSC Records. There are other artists also who have been working with them. But we did the first album that I told you. But musically, it helped because I was able to produce great music, which is my priority. But after that, financially, that was a rip over me because like the label made a lot of money, I would say. And when we were planning the launching, I personally contributed. Because I wanted it to be huge. So I didn't even actually care about what they're going to do or not.
Did you voluntarily contribute or you were asked to contribute?
Voluntarily.
Okay.
Because the reason why I did voluntary was, this is what I want my event to look like, but the label would be like, this is what we can do. So I had to do the other half to get to where I want to get to. And actually it paid off, but I had to do that.
Did they play you that way because they probably, noticed early that you wanted this to happen, come what may?
Exactly, because they knew I wanted something huge. So I know they will be like, boy, because dafko buga. So that's how it went. And but I was just there for the good music. And that's why after we had to do another album, but when I requested for a contract, when the contract came, I had to review it, and that's when it started, going left. Because now I'm like...
You started asking for more control
exactly. Now
of this product that, is coming from you.
Exactly. I started to ask for owning my merchandise, having a percentage, and also having my share when the songs are out, not just here, but in the international market as well. Because you have so many fullers, like I told you, the Soroyamba, it's played many times international, not in the Gambia, where royalties matter. In America, in the UK, in Germany, everywhere. It's, So I knew I knew the kind of music I'm doing, and I knew it can make money, it can generate money out there. So I started asking for more. And that's when the twist started happening. That's like, bro, you're not leaving, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah. So then issues started happening. And after that, I was, I refused to sign the contract. And I had to leave the studio. And after all, I wanted to do a song, and this same studio charged me how much? I think £1,500 for a song. Yeah, I'm like, wow. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm a huge artist now.
Are they based in Europe, in the UK?
Actually, yeah, the CEO is based in the UK, but the label is in the Gambia here.
Okay.
GSC Records. People know about the label. Yeah.
Okay. So you left them and moved on?
Yeah, doing my thing now.
On your own?
Yeah.
So you create and record your own music?
I create and record my own music, and if I have to put it out there, if it's going to be free, that's on me. But I'm not going to put it out there, somebody else ripping it off. If it's going to be free, that's going to be on me. And if it's going to make money or royalties, that's also going to come to me directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the promotional aspect of the song? Who promotes the song for you?
Right now?
Yes. Your new song, since you left this other company.
Yeah, we have a team. And basically, I wouldn't say it is a structure. I wouldn't call it a structure. But I would just say, like, as Gambian artists, we have our own strategies. We have TikTokers, we have bloggers. So if you have a song out, you pay these people to promote it.
You pay them?
Yeah. And if you don't pay them, if you don't pay them, they're not going to promote it. No matter how good it is, though, you need to pay them. And some of us understand. They also need to earn from it, and that's how it goes. Yeah. But it's more expensive in promotion in the Gambia now than even producing music or doing videos. I can tell you that.
It's more expensive to promote than create the music.
Yeah.
Well, you need the music for anything to be promoted in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
how do you think artists, can work together to overcome that?
It's just to mihejalante, and we consider each other, But what happens in the Gambia is artists just go for what favors them, And it's sad to say, but most of us use these tribal issues to get to where we are. 90% of artists, and many artists, you wouldn't hear them talk about this or denounce this, because once they do, their audience is gonna, is gonna stop supporting them. This is a fact, and it's also one of the things that's really holding our music back.
So, as uncomfortable as the topic might be, tribalism
is a reality.
It's a big problem in the music industry.
It's a big problem.
Just as it is in politics.
It is. Big time. And we artists know this. And Limo did the talk in the campus. People talk about it in the campus. Though we don't want to bring it up because it's sensitive, but it's a fact.
But there's a music union, isn't there?
Yeah.
that could have been a good platform, you know, to unite all of you, smooth all these roughness in the industry.
Yeah, I think I just told you the reason is artists, some of us don't want to be controlled. Some of don't want us to unite. It doesn't favor some.
Oh.
You know, it's like how they say in politics, divide and rule. That's what most of these artists are doing with the fans. You know, you have certain fans supporting a certain artist, certain fans supporting certain artists, and that even goes to Bobo Dimo. You know what I'm saying? Because
you have certain fans that would only go to Bobo Dimo.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I organize events, I run events, I do so many things, but I do it most of the time in fuller events. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the fact. But that's because also I'm not welcomed in other events most of the time. We do only fuller events, and we do huge ones for that matter.
So to change this problem in the music industry, it would take people like Bobo Dimo, you know, to really say, hey, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Let's change things.
Yeah.
Because if we're calling for unity, I mean, unity is everybody on board.
Yeah, and we're working towards that.
You're working towards that.
Yeah, but most of the artists in Lawana, you know, we just need to do songs together. That's not reality. That's just like, you know, faking the fans out there, saying that we're doing a song together, you know, we are together. That's not the reality. The reality is we need to work together. That's the only way we can overcome this and then come with one Gambia idea. Have one Gambia means one fan base. You understand? It doesn't mean what language you sing in. No. It means once you are a Gambian artist, it's one Gambia. And I'm not saying this to say fans need to support every artist. You don't support songs that you don't enjoy. You know, you go for songs that you enjoy. But when we say one Gambia, it means you give credit when it's due to every other artist. I'll give you an example. I'm one of the first artists who performed internationally for non-Gambian audiences. I was invited in Sierra Leone by Sierra Leoneans, not Gambians. I was invited in Dakar by Senegalese, in Guinea by Guineans, not Gambians. So these are things I believe it shows we can export our music. You know what I'm saying? But you never hear of this. You understand? Maybe because he's doing fuller music, or maybe because he's, you know what I'm saying? So these are some of the things that we think we need to work on to be able to export. We have the biggest Gambian artists here. It's sad to say, but whenever they perform outside, it's for Gambian audiences. I'll tell you this. It's very few of us, like for example, Davido comes here, he's coming for Gambian audience. He's not a Gambian. If Wale comes here, if somebody else comes here, if, you know, the Technos, the Diamonds, you don't have Tanzanians in the Gambia. They come here because Gambians listen to them. So we are also some of these artists who are exported out to perform for other audiences. And one song that made that possible is the Soroyamba that I told you, because they know the song, but they know it's a Gambian who sing it, not a Guinean, although he's speaking fuller. These are some of the things I think we need to, you know, push.
And just to, you know, complete on this issue, when you say having different artists who sing in different languages coming together and you know, collaborating on a song wouldn't solve this, you know, tribal divides in the music sector. What will it take then?
But like I told you,
you said working together. Like, I mean, just break down this working together for us.
Working together, like crediting each other, accepting each other. You understand? And not just musical. You know, for example, I'll tell you this: the Bobo Dimo is the artist. Me personally, I'm somebody else. You understand? So, and that is how, I'll give an example. In Nigeria, you have the Wizkids and the Davidos and this, but on the ground, these people are working together. When I say together means they go to studio together, they share concepts together. There was a time, there was an artist, Nigerian artist, who said somebody stole their concept because they spoke to that person about where they want to take Afrobeats to, the next level. This is what we need to talk, this is what we need to do. Like how to adjust each other. And recently, I've been talking to artists like the STs and other artists on how to make this happen. And we had discussions concerning this. And inshallah, we can get somewhere. So
ST's response was positive?
Yeah.
Because he's a big name in the industry, isn't he?
Exactly. And he knows, when we spoke, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. And we need that. If not, we can fill stadiums, but we will never go global. We will never go international. To go international, it takes more than just filling a venue.
Otherwise, you only travel because
Exactly.
a community of Gambians somewhere,
Exactly.
request you to come and play to them, not, to the wider
And
community.
it's going to stop there.
Okay.
As long as we don't, spread our tentacles, as long as we don't work together. Because music is not just good song or filling venues. Music is a business. Some people learn it. It's huge. It's bigger than just...
I know it is.
Exactly.
I know it is.
So other things are involved. Promoters are involved. You know what I'm saying? Journalists are involved. Bloggers are involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But what we see in the Gambia is, you have bloggers, you have journalists, you have platforms who just focus on banner artists. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only artist they want to push. And if somebody else talk, they will be like, it's not, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, it doesn't.
So journalists are part of this division.
Big time. And platforms, yeah.
Okay. We're with Bobo Diwo this morning on Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. It's 8:45. Let's listen to another song.
My God, I'm never.
Suspecting that's the global hit song you
Yeah.
spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
I'll make sure we play out on it so that you can sing over it in the studio.
Right.
Let me ask you this question that I asked ST and everybody else who's been on the program so far. How do you balance success with privacy?
Well, that's a tough one. It's not easy. And I wouldn't say I'm successful yet, because I have a long way to go.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
You're being listened to in Guinea, in Senegal, everywhere.
Yeah, but, we want to be listened to and we want to be there physically and we want to have an impact. Like, we want them to know, okay, Gambian music is at another level. That's my dream. That's, I know, ST's dream. That's everybody else's dream as an artist. And but the privacy, like myself, I'm a different artist. I would say I'm a different breed. I'm different from any other Gambian artist because I don't mind joining a vehicle. I don't mind joining the van to go back home. I don't mind. I don't mind operating a shop. I don't mind running a shop. The jai come like other businessmen do. I'm that type of person.
In other words, success doesn't get to your head.
Never. It doesn't bother me because that was some of the things that I've been avoiding because I've seen successful artists. I've seen the life they live at the end, and I don't want to live that life. I don't want to be excluded. I don't want to be, neglected by everybody. That's what happened to artists. Oh. So them would say, hey, you can do them as a hell. So them would say, you can do you. And like they will tell you, you are merchandise. You need to be branded. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not gonna, let the career of music, keep me away from the social life. No. I'm the Bob Marley type. I play post when I was in Berabi. I interact with people. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. And sometimes that's what people tell me,
Okay.
If you don't hide, people are not gonna wanna, come to you. I'm like, yo, that's Bobo Dimo. This is Momo. We are two different people. So, yeah.
So what does success mean to Bobo Dimo?
Getting to the highest platforms, and that doesn't necessarily mean me. It can be any other artist. Purman. If ST brings an award under the Gambian belt, that's success for me because I know I played a part.
You'll celebrate it.
I would, because I'm in the Gambian. I'm a Gambian artist, and everybody out there knows key Gambian artists. So if you win something, it's us.
So yours is a principle of one for all for one. Thank
you very much. And like I tell, I once had a teacher who said the problem we have in Gambia is what belongs to everybody belongs to nobody.
Absolutely.
What is for everyone is for no one. But my mentality is what is for everyone is for everyone. Yeah, as long as you're going on the representing Gambia, if you win, I win. So that is my goal.
We spoke about tribalism in the music industry.
Yeah.
What do you think should be the role of music in reflecting societal issues and bringing about social change? Like right now, tribalism is a major issue. A politician was just caught, making some ludicrous, tribal statements. And it's always been there, especially, approaching elections. And this one has been caught. It's not the last.
Yeah.
More will come, because we are just careless when it comes to.
Definitely.
So how can music be used to sanitize the situation?
Yeah, it's singing it, one, and artists coming up against it. Because I will tell you this, artists can defend themselves. If you want to tarnish an artist's image, they can defend themselves musically. But when it comes to national interest, they don't want to defend it. Because once they come out to defend it, they might be in trouble. There's an artist, I wouldn't want to mention the name. He's from a particular set. He stood out and did what I told you. He just defended it, but now he's excluded. They hardly listen to his music. You know
the fans.
Exactly.
The fans just sideline you.
Yeah, because he was speaking against his own kind.
Oh, wow.
And he was stating the facts. So I myself, sometimes I have those issues. I come out and start, stating facts within us, the fullest. And I'm like, they want to start sidelining you because you are speaking facts. And this, many people will tell you, Poli, I'm going to be an advantage and you support each other. Yeah, but there are other things people don't know. We also fight each other. You have Pulo footers, you have Pulo Tukulors, you know what I'm saying? It's a fact. It's hard to say, but these are things that maybe us, if we only had Gambians who know how to listen, but Gambia law, it's an issue. Whatever you say, they just see something bad in it.
But foog ñu wax rek.
Waaw te ñun ñoo mën a wax gaay déglu waaye xam nga tamit ñun nuñ dee waxee tamit you have to know how to speak. Am na nooy waxee you instead of teaching people you hurt people. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is we need to Gambian artists and promoters we need to stop using tribal lines to gain. You know what I'm saying? When there was
exploiting
exactly and most of these people don't know they have been exploited. You know what I'm saying? They use their sentiments to get what they want to get. You know what I'm saying? Because we have few people on social media, they believe if they come out and, say harsh things or go against you, they're making a point when they are not. So I think artists need to be aware because this is going to bounce back at them in the future. Yeah, because most of them, they are talented, but the main tool they use is tribal lines to get what they are getting.
Let's talk about government support because, in a struggling economy like ours, and not just ours, I'm sure artists in other countries also depend to some extent on aid, from their government. How do you see government support for the music industry in the Gambia?
I will tell you we don't have it. Personally, I would say we don't have it because if you're going to support me...
Does the industry want it? Does the industry need it?
They do. The only way we can grow is getting the support. You know what I'm saying? Artists alone cannot pay $25,000 or $50,000 to get a collab with one Diamond or one Davido or one Whiskey. That's huge money. But if a state is involved, that's little money. So I believe they are yet to understand why we have arts and culture under the Ministry of Tourism. I think they don't get the point. It's music empowers tourism, but I don't think they understand arts. So that is the problem that we have.
There's a union of musicians.
Yes.
Has the union engaged the ministry, whatever ministry, Ministry of Youth and Sports?
Yeah, I
Ministry
believe not
of
once, not twice, not. It's just in the Gambia here. Music is not something they include in budgets. It's not something they include in their discussions, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they believe. They don't know, what music can do. Maybe now they're starting to realize one artist can say one thing and the whole country will turn upside down. Maybe now they understand what we can do or what we possess. But I think they need to turn this into a positive, thing and start supporting. I personally, I do get support from government when I'm doing certain events.
How?
Yeah, like when I'm doing shows, I write to them. Some of them would support you, you know what I'm saying? But not like the support that you need, but some of them will support you, you know what I'm saying?
What if they were to sponsor a recording studio?
That's the support that we all need,
okay.
Which is why I told you they are not supporting, because supporting me alone or supporting Beananyar, Bayanyodes, that's not the point. But a studio is supporting everybody. Let's say a studio, use it to record, let's say $500 or $1,500. If Bobo is paying $12,000 for a song, you can record many songs with a studio that's going to just cost you lesser amount, and it's going to have all the top-notch equipments that we need. So these are collective support, which is not happening. Or maybe it's happening, they will have rules to it. You don't have to say this and this and this.
Conditions.
Exactly. They will have conditions to it.
And the last question I have for you is, what message would you have for your fans?
Yeah, that's a good one. Is to be very careful what you say on social media or how you listen to what somebody says on social media. I'll give you a little story, something that I go through every day, but I sit on it because if I spit it out, people might interpret it wrong. I do get discriminated a lot of times. You just mentioned the politician said something, you know what I'm saying, which I'm not down with, but there are some facts to it. Like I go through it. I get discriminated many times from immigration officers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Seriously?
Almost every day.
They just look at you and think, well, he doesn't have Gambian features.
You know what I'm saying? This happened so many times and it hurts, you know, but
of course it does.
Yeah, but I've come over it. Like whenever it happens, I take it as a joke, you know what I'm saying? But it hurts. And this is 90% of people like me that are Gambians full as we go through this. 90%, or I would say 95%. Amut ben Paul bu fi judo Gambian bo xamne doesn't go through this. Comme ko am suma futures like somebody that is fair. You know what I'm saying?
Su ñuulé ni man dañu ne fi la
maybe, wow. But su lolu mom, you know, we go through this, and these are things that people need to look into. I'm not gonna accuse a tribe, no, or a set. But what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say the immigration department is yet to do a good job because they need to work on that. They need to train their staff on how to approach people, because these are things that hurts. And this is why that video you're talking about, when some of these things were said, so many people applauded. Not because they just, but because it's something that they go through. Like I was not there, and I'm not part of it. But I go through this every day. And under organizations, I do activism as well. So I go with big organizations like International Center for Transitional Justice and all these things. Many times we go to certain people, they will stand up for me because this will happen in their presence. And they will be like, why Luthang and choose come? They will come up and, complain. So this is something that I think we need to, work towards to build that coexistence.
Social cohesion.
Exactly. And another thing is, Bobo is still here, and I'm working on an album actually, and soon, inshallah, it's gonna be out when it's done, when it's due. Signore.
Yeah. Bobo, thank you so very much for your time this morning. And you were very early. By 7:30, you were already here.
Thank you, sir.
You seem to be somebody who respects time. So we will play out with Bobo actually performing for us in the studio. And the tune is called what again?
Sorayamba.
All right, so here we go.
You know what to do. I know what to do. You know what to do. I know what to do.
That brings us to the end of this edition of Coffee Time with Peter Gomez.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel jam si way.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do de. Luta mënuloo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello? Kan lay waxal?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave. Bisul mu fine? Wave. Your money is yours.